You're a strong leader. In your experience, how important is the role of motivation and encouragement in leadership, especially when dealing with social and emotional challenges?
Mm. I think encouragement goes a lot further than motivation. I think motivation is very short lived. Anything new and shiny and out the gate, everybody's going to have a boatload of motivation to get into it. But it's when that steam runs out, is how are you going to be able to put the foot in front of the other to keep moving even at the smallest steps? And that comes from encouragement, that comes from having good people around you, that comes from people speaking life into you and being able to understand from a different perspective than your own, because we're constantly in our own heads, we're constantly asking ourselves our own questions, we're constantly speaking to ourselves in a sometimes positive manner, but mostly in a negative manner. We're our own biggest critics, as they say. And to be able to step outside of that, or to be able to get a breath of life, or from somebody else from a different perspective, is super important. And that's where encouragement and affirmations, not affirmations, which is totally different. Affirmations are things that are just spoken out in order to give us that motive. Affirmations are spaces in which we're speaking to ourselves from an emotional standpoint. Why am I feeling this today? I have a list of things. It's like, why am I feeling so light on the track today? Why am I feeling so strong on the track today? Why am I feeling like I'm the one to do this today? Those things strike questions in ourselves, which in subconsciously, our subconscious will go and seek out the answers automatically. And it'll put us in a space of not reflection, but also in a space of searching for answers, which
Mhm,
is always good,
mhm,
because we'll always get an answer back.
mhm.
Um, so those things, but definitely having a good community around you, very tight niched community around you that can relate to situations, that are also high achievers, high learners, or self aware, people that you trust. I can probably count less than five on one hand for me, but their words are very heavy, and I listen and I absorb and I take them into account, because a lot of people know of who I am and what I do, and my base of due diligence and my constant efforts to become better, and my own self critic, is that they give me that space in order to slow down and to take a rest day, and to tell me what they see in me that I probably wouldn't look at myself and say that, right? So
Mhm, mhm. Encouragement is an underrated skill, isn't it?
I think so. When you say that, is it one of my favorite verses comes to mind, is that it goes, words kill or words give life. Choose your poison wisely.
Yeah.
It's very true, and it's simple. It's very simple. Are that not only our own thoughts, but what comes out of our mouths is super important, because we cannot take back the words that we say. And some people are very receptive in absorbing them, and they believe things very quickly, especially if they're repeated over and over again. And
Mhm.
this is where parenting comes into a huge play when we're younger. We're super absorbent as children. Our brains are sponges. Our emotional well being is being cultivated in such an early age that whatever we're told, whatever we see, how our parents act and react and respond to each other, we build up those things, and they are seeds that are being planted as we grow. Our environments are super huge spaces in which we grow.